She used the word divorce the way some people use punctuation. At first it came out only during our worst fights, sharp and reckless, like she didn't quite know what it would cost to say it. Later it showed up over smaller things. A missed call. A tone she didn't like. The way I went quiet when I was tired. Maybe we should just get a divorce, she'd say, as if she were suggesting takeout. Every time, I argued. I explained. I defended myself like a man on trial for a crime he didn't understand. I reminded her of our history, our vows, the version of us I still believed in. I told her divorce wasn't a word you tossed into the room unless you were ready to watch it break things. She would roll her eyes or go cold, and eventually one of us would apologize just to make the house livable again. I thought that was what fighting for a marriage looked like. Somewhere along the way, the threat stopped sounding like fear and started sounding like leverage. She knew the word landed hard on me. She knew it made me scramble, soften, concede. I didn't realize that until later. At the time, I only knew that each argument left me a little more hollow, like I was sanding myself down to keep her from leaving. The cheating didn't come out in a dramatic confession. No tears, no collapse onto the kitchen floor. It leaked out in fragments. A name I hadn't heard before. A phone she suddenly guarded. A shift in her schedule that didn't quite add up. When I finally asked her directly, my voice surprised me. It was calm, almost distant, as if it belonged to someone else. She didn't deny it. She said it had just happened, that she'd been lonely, that we'd been drifting for a long time. She said she didn't know what she wanted anymore. Then, almost reflexively, she said the word again. Divorce. That night I slept on the couch and stared at the ceiling fan until morning. I kept replaying old arguments, searching for the moment I could point to and say, that's when everything broke. I couldn't find it. All I could see was how tired I felt. Not angry tired or sad tired. Just done in a quiet, frightening way. A week later, we were arguing again. She was crying this time, telling me I wasn't fighting hard enough for us, telling me my distance proved I never really cared. She said divorce like she always did, waiting for me to lunge for the word and wrestle it back from her. And I didn't. I remember the exact moment. The hum of the refrigerator. The way the afternoon light hit the wall behind her. I felt something inside me loosen, like a knot finally giving up. I said, okay. Not loudly. Not cruelly. Just okay. The room changed. She looked at me as if I'd spoken a language she didn't know. She asked me what I meant, her voice suddenly unsteady. I told her I meant that if she wanted a divorce, I wouldn't argue anymore. That I couldn't keep living in a marriage where the exit was always being held open like a threat. She accused me of giving up. Of proving her right. I didn't correct her. For the first time, I didn't try to control how she saw me. That was when everything shifted. She stopped using the word after that. Completely. It was as if it had lost its power the moment I stopped reacting to it. She became quieter, watchful. She asked me questions she hadn't asked in years. How I was sleeping. What I was thinking. Whether I still loved her. I did, and I didn't, and both of those things felt true at the same time. I empathized with her more than I expected. I could see how lost she was, how the affair wasn't about passion so much as escape. But empathy didn't erase the damage. It didn't rebuild the trust that had been chipped away every time she threatened to leave instead of staying and facing what was wrong. We went to counseling. Some days felt honest. Others felt like we were just learning better words for the same old wounds. She admitted that the divorce threats had been a way to feel powerful when she felt insecure. Hearing that hurt more than I let on. I realized how often I'd mistaken intensity for intimacy, conflict for connection. What changed everything wasn't that I stopped loving her. It was that I stopped begging to be chosen. Letting go of the argument didn't mean I wanted the marriage to end. It meant I was finally willing to accept whatever truth came next, even if it scared me. That acceptance gave me a strange kind of steadiness. I slept better. I spoke more carefully. I listened without trying to win. We're still together, for now. Some days that feels like a victory. Other days it feels like a question mark we're both circling, unsure whether to fill it in or leave it open. I don't know how this story ends. I only know that the day I stopped arguing was the day I stopped disappearing inside my own marriage, and I'm still learning what to do with the man who stepped back into the room.
Thank you for watching the story until the end. If this story made you think or feel something, support the channel by liking the video and subscribing. Share the video with your family, with your friend. More stories are coming. Take care and I will see you in the next one.